All right, so now we want to build some key components, and that includes the sidebar. And then there are some components that are common to all the pages. For example, you see this header here, it's common to all the pages. If you go to maybe the add products page, you see that it has a header and it also has this footer area here. So technically it's like a layout page that has the header, the footer, and anything inside of it is going to be considered the children or the child components, right? Then we have the sidebar. So first I'll start by building out the layout component that will have the header, a child, and the children. So let's do that first. So I'll just minimize this guy for now, and you know what, let me just have it there so that I'll just close it up like this. And yeah, all right, so want to build the header and the footer component. So I'll start by coming here and where's my components folder? Somewhere here. Great. And in the components folder I'll create a header, and the header is just going to have okay, so I already created footer before, so let's create a file inside here and say header.js, and then I'm also going to create the footer, so footer.js, footer.js. Oh, I don't think I added the dots there, so let me rename it footer.js. And then I'm just going to also create a layout component as well. So here I'll just say new folder and I'll just call it layout, and then inside the layout folder I'll just have my layouts.js. Great. So those are the three components I was going to start with. So let me close these things we don't need, the login, the resets, and the forgot as well. So let's start with the header. Create rafce, yeah. And all right, so this div, we're going to give it a class name of, so let me just do class name, and I'll just say dash dash pad to add a special padding on the side, and then I'll give it another class of header. Let's get rid of this guy. So if you look at the div, you see that we have two main components, this text and the button. So let's do something that will flex them. So dot, this is going to be dash dash flex between, and then inside we're just going to have a h3. Now that h3, you notice also that this text and this text, they have different properties, so we're going to use a span for that. Span, and let's just have the welcome, and there's going to be a comma here and a space. Then the second one is going to have the name of the user. So for now that I've not created any name, I'll just put my name, Zeno. Then let's give it some classes. Well, this first one should have a class name of, so I'll do dash dash font weight and I'll make it thin. Then the second one will have, let me just come here, paste that in. This is not going to be thin, this is going to be color danger. So let's just say color and red, that's danger. Okay, so that's it for the heading. Then next we have a button. So below the h3 here, I will just simply add a button dash dash btn, then it's going to be dash dash btn hyphen danger. Tap that, and then it's, oh sorry, I needed to add dot, so to make sure that it's a class, so dot, and then here also dot. So if you tap that, you're just going to have your button, and then you just say logout, yeah. Yeah, then below it we have this horizontal rule, so I'll just come outside of this div and just have my hr, and that's it for the header. Now we may not be able to see this stuff we just did, but eventually we're going to see it when we build the layout and the dashboard page. If there's anything we need to correct, we'll correct it. Let's build the footer since we're here. So I'll just click on the footer and do rafce to create a React template. Then here we're just going to have a class name, This one is going to be very fast because it's just text we have inside. So class name of, I'll do flex center, and I'll just add some padding. So padding on the top and bottom, and I'll make it 2 rem. Then let's get rid of this guy. So inside we're just going to have a text paragraph tab that will just say all rights reserved. Oh, come on, Zeno. Say all rights reserved, like so. And I'll just have my copy symbol, so and copy, and then close it like this. Yeah, so that's HTML entity, and then 2022. Okay, then yeah, so that's about it for the footer. Very straightforward, simple footer. Then next we're going to build the layout. Now the layout will contain the header and the footer, and anything in between the header and the footer will represent it as a child or children. So I'll come here to layout and do my RAFCE, tab that. Oh, okay, great. So here we are going to have, let's just do an HTML fragment because we don't have it, want it to be a div. So we're going to have the header. So let's bring in the header, and I'll auto import it. Wow, my auto import has started working. Thank God. Okay, then before then, let me give it my props, my children props. So here I'll say children. Then I would also have the footer. So let me just come here and say footer, and then I'll tab that as well. Okay, auto import it. Then anything in between the header and the footer is going to be where we'll slot in the children. All right, so let's have a div. So div, and I'll tab that. And this div, I'm going to give it a style. Anyway, let me just put the children inside first. So here we're going to slot in children like so. All right, so now let's style this div. So we're going to give it a class, a style. We're going to write the style in here, and I'll just say I'll give it a mean height. So mean height, I'll set that to 80% of the viewport height. So let's say 80 VH, 80% of the viewport height. Then I would also give it a class name, so class name, and that's going to be some padding, so dash dash pad. And this padding is not the regular padding I have, is like a special padding for this project. So I think that's about it for the layout. Now for us to now use this layout, we need to create the dashboard page. So in the next video we're going to create the dashboard page. See you there.